Hello everybody, Mr. Lego Lover 55 here, and today we're taking a look at the brand new Summer 2026 Ninjago sets. Been a while since I've done like a reaction to these kind of reveals, but hey, we're back at it again. So this wave is honestly quite exciting, and I guess we'll just go in order of how the website has them listed here. First up, we've got the Ultra Dragon Battle, and this is part of the Ninjago Legends sub-theme. Last year we got Monstrosity. I believe the title for this year is called Duskfall, is the title I'm hearing, I think based on like the descriptions here. Yeah, there it is, Duskfall. But yeah, this set retails for $200, which is crazy. I think initial impressions from this set, honestly, for me, were just how confusing it was. I don't really get what this is supposed to be, because it seems like it's based off of the Ultra Dragon versus Great Devourer battle from season 1 of the show, but at the same time it's very clearly not that. Ultra Dragon did not look like this or stand on two legs during that fight. Great Devourer looks pretty cool, to be honest, though. Definitely a massive upgrade compared to that original 2012 version. That being said, though, it's only half a snake, so it's not even like the full like build, unfortunately, which does kind of suck. But what we do get of it does look pretty cool. But yeah, I don't know. This set just really confuses me. I don't know if it's one I'm really gonna be picking up. The most interesting thing about this to me is probably the figures, because these guys are these guys are just confusing me. Bro, the Oni are back. What's up with that? Who are these three people? Frickin' Nate, Mira, and Jin, I believe. Are these like the ninja's ancestors, maybe? Or are they like distant like relatives in the far future? I'm confused who these people are, you know? Although it looks like Jin actually has arm printing. I never realized that. That's actually sick. Don't get a lot of Ninjago figures with arm printing, unless we were looking at the Lego Ninjago movie. But yeah, no, genuinely curious. I really want to know who these people are. But yeah, honestly, set itself doesn't really interest me. Oh, we can actually take a look at the poster here that's included with the set. That does look kind of sick. But yeah, no, generally, the set just kind of confuses me. I'm not really quite sure what it is. Maybe once we actually get whatever Duskfall is supposed to be, I'll be more inclined to like pick this one up, but I don't know. As of right now, it's like, it's a $200 set. I have no idea what it's supposed to be, so it's probably not going to be on my list for a bit. Ho ho, okay, and then next up we have probably my most anticipated set of the year. This is the Twin Titan mechs, retailing for $140, which I'm gonna be real, is actually not like terrible, especially considering these are supposed to be like Titan mechs. The last one we got was $130, and that was, well, just one Titan mech. Go check out my review on that, by the way. I'll have that linked. But no, this set completes the entire Titan mech lineup, and I never imagined we'd actually be completing the lineup this year, so this is really, really cool. And despite being in like a combo set, I feel like they didn't really skimp on the detailing for either of these mechs. I feel like they're both really detailed enough. They're both sizable enough to be considered Titan mechs. They both follow the Titan mech convention like color scheme with the white. I think only thing I'll say is that it's a bit weird that Nia's mech has dark blue. It's not really a color I would normally associate with her, apart from maybe her NRG form that we got for Seabound, but it does look good, so I'll give it that. I feel like it looks better than it would with Azure. The minifigures in this set are pretty neat. We got like mech pilot suits for Kai and Nia. Not like my favorite suits ever. I kind of prefer the one they gave Cole with his Titan mech, and I'm not honestly a huge fan of the storm suit mask, though I think it does work with like sort of a mech pilot suit. I think these guys maybe could have used like an armor piece, but like other than that, these guys are fine. And then once again we have this this Oni warrior, and again, no idea what that's all about. And actually, weirdly enough, it looks like they're kind of advertising the fact that you can swap their like their parts. You can see Kai's now has like the jet boosters, and then Nia's has like the arms that were on the Kai mech before. So I think that's kind of a neat idea. I'll probably just have it as like the standard like display. And then this set is also doing sort of a weird thing with the new characters. With Jin and Mira, they actually include their head and hood pieces that you can swap out with Kai and Nia's to give them the mech pilot suits. And I think this is a cool idea, but it's just gonna make me want to get two versions of the figure now, and that's gonna be oh so a hassle. I'm really hoping some of these parts come to Pick-a-Brick Man, because I dread what the Ninjago aftermarket has become. Oh, and there's a look at the poster, actually. That looks sick. It's almost like a watercolor piece. I love that. But yeah, no, this is 100% a cop. I'm getting this like day one. I was really hoping this would be like a June 1st item, like a lot of the other, like last year's Legend sets were. They came out in June, but unfortunately it seems like it's August 1st, which sucks. Oh, although it does look like this one is available for pre-order for whatever reason. And then next up we have the Land Bounty. But no, this retails for $130, which I think is what the original retailed for. And it's got like, I think a few more pieces than the original as well. Although it does have less minifigures, which is unfortunate, and only one exclusive. I believe this wave, they're reusing the dragon suits from the first wave, and I know a lot of people don't like this, but I honestly very much prefer this. It allows the sets to use the minifigure budget on more figures, which I think is probably what happened. I mean, look at how many figures we got for the first wave of Legacy this year. Guys, that doesn't normally happen. Plus, we've got the figures from Duskfall, and I think just giving us the same suits for this wave was kind of a worthy sacrifice, and honestly kind of thankful as well, just because it's one less wave of suits to have to collect. So thank you, Lego. I very much appreciate it, because Lego, please, we don't need a new wave of suits like literally every other wave. It's like, don't get me wrong, I love the mech pilot suits, I love the climber suits, but did we really need 2 sets of different suits in the first half of the year, guys? Come on. I love the fire monster. Unfortunately, he is exclusive to this set, which makes it a pain for army building the guy. Hopefully he comes in a magazine at some point. I'm kind of banking on that. That would be nice to see. But yeah, no, as for the set itself, the original was kind of like a 2-in-1, but this one is more so a 3-in-1. And the vehicles honestly are pretty cool. I think the motorcycle is easily the weakest. It doesn't really show it here, but the angle from the other side just does not look great. It's completely like all Technic. And the buggy honestly isn't even like that bad either. It's just, again, most of that exposed Technic. And I don't know, I'm a guy who loves Technic stuff, but even so, this is a bit much for me. And I honestly do prefer it when it's like all combined together, because oh my gosh, that looks so good. I missed out on the original Land Bounty, so this is 100% going to be a cop. Oh my god, and I love the box art for these sets. It looks like it's got like a snowy like background. I'm really curious if this means we're going to be seeing the Neverrealm again. I mean, we got Lloyd's Titan mech earlier this year, and I mean, the Land Bounty was literally last seen and introduced with the Fire and Ice chapters. So, I mean, we gotta be seeing it at some point, right? And then next up here, we have Wildfire's Transforming Dragon Mech, and this is a really cool set as well. Retails for $90, which I honestly think is not that bad. Don't get me wrong, it's definitely not great. I think $80 would have been better, but it is far from the most atrociously priced set we've seen. So for one, I'm really happy we're getting this set because it includes Empress Beatrix's monster mech. I really liked how they brought her back for season 4, and I was wondering if we'd ever really see that mech again. I kind of figured we wouldn't because it was based on like a pre-existing set, and the mech that we got with that original Jiro set was honestly so good. So I kind of figured we wouldn't be getting anything like updated like that. But no, we got one here, and that's really cool. That being said though, it definitely is a little bit of a lamer version of that original mech. It's a very different build. It doesn't really use the same like parts. It's much more scaled down, and it uses the Evo joints. I like the overall look of it, but I think it would have been nice if it was kind of a larger set. I wouldn't have minded honestly if this was maybe bumped up to like 130, like that original like Empress versus Jiro set, because I think that's what that one originally retailed, and they gave maybe a little bit more of a budget to this Empress mech to make it more like the original. But I guess this will have to do. As for the Wildfire transforming mech here, this is what it looks like all transformed, and honestly it looks pretty good. Not really my favorite mech they've ever made. As far as transforming mechs go, I think I definitely prefer the Lloyd's jet mech that we got last year. That being said, that one did not have posable knees, whereas this one does, which is pretty cool. And then here's what it looks like in its dragon form. I honestly kind of prefer the dragon form a bit more. Got a side angle there. And then in terms of figures for this set, we've got quite a selection. We've got Aaron, Sora, and the Acid Snake. These aren't new figures, so not really the most exciting. It's cool to be getting the new Aaron in more sets, but Sora is still reusing that spectral suit without the correct armor piece, which sucks. However, more exciting is this new new Wildfire figure. Finally! I know people have been dying for a new Wildfire figure for so long, myself included. And not only that, but we're also getting a brand new face print for her, which is really cool. Looks like she's got a smiling expression, which is nice. The only one we've officially had has been just her angry all of the time. And I believe this is also double-sided as well, so we get 2 new expressions for her. The actual suit itself is pretty good. I will be honest, it is very similar to her last suit. It just seems like there's maybe some armor slapped on top of the torso. They might honestly be reusing the same leg print. I really don't know. But she's also got this little katana holder. I actually forgot to mention this with some of the Duskfall sets because some of those figures had that as well. But this is a really cool piece to be seeing. I imagine it's a rubberized element, so you'll be able to fit a katana in there and it won't be falling out all willy-nilly. And then we've got Cyborg Empress Beatrix, which is really cool. I will say it does look like she has the wrong armor piece, at least compared to her Season 4 Part 1 appearance. I don't know, the piece definitely isn't retired. We literally just saw the actual armor piece with the Duskfall sets. So yeah, don't know why they didn't use that here. It might just be like it didn't fit in the mech type of thing, if I had to guess. And then we've got the Ice Monster, and this is another really cool figure. He comes in a number of these Season 4 sets, and I'm very happy he does, because he's got like the transparent arms, and he's got a really cool looking head, which is the exact same as the Fire Monster, just in a different color. But nah, I love this guy. He's also got the mid legs. I forgot to mention that with the Fire Monster. So it's really cool to be seeing more Ninjago figures use the mid legs. I believe the only one up until like last year was Rocks. So it's cool to be getting more figures like that. But yeah, generally this set I'm definitely going to be picking up, mostly because of the Empress mech and also the new Wildfire figure. And then here we have the third Duskfall set. This is Battle at the Dragon's Blade, retailing for $100. And now this one's a bit of a weird one because I believe this is a 9+ set. Previously, all of the other Legend sets were targeted at an older audience. This one, on the other hand, seems to be aimed at a much younger audience, which is quite strange to me. You can definitely tell that it is, though, based on just some of the builds. We've got this Oni mech, which is using the Evo joints, as well as this dragon build here. And they're definitely builds that you would be more inclined to see in a set for younger kids. That being said, though, this dragon sculpt actually looks really cool and really detailed. I honestly think the idea of this set is really cool. I think for me, I'm probably just not gonna really be picking this one up, mostly because of the mech and the dragon. They just don't really feel like proper display builds, which is kind of what this set seems to be going for, but also not really. This one's a little bit of an outlier. It once again includes Jin and Mira, and I suppose this is a cheaper way to get those figures. But then we've also got this new character whose name actually eludes me. Who is that? Okay, Master Ivo, or Master Evo, as well as an Oni Warrior, who's, I believe, exclusive to this set. So yeah, no, again, this is just confusing me more. Who is this, and who are these people? Who are you? I need Duskfall to come out soon, because it's confusing the heck out of me. It looks like we gotta look at the poster. That actually looks sick. I love that. Honestly, the posters they include with these sets are really cool. I have the other 2 framed from Monstrosity, and I love those. But yeah, I don't know. This is probably one I won't be picking up. I'd probably just get it for the figures, if anything. And then we've got this wave's obligatory 4+ set with Zane's Ice Dragon Battle. I don't really care for 4+ sets. I have really no reason to pick this up. I think for a 4+ set, this one's pretty cool. The dragon's not that bad. The snake's got this large acid snake, which kind of completes the trio of larger elemental monster builds. But it's just not the most exciting to me, so just no really reason for me to pick this up. Although they do include 2 exclusive acid snakes who have actual legs instead of the tail piece. Kind of hoping they just put this in the magazine or the Legacy magazine at some point, because I don't want to have to buy this set to get these guys. They definitely look weird. I'm used to them. I'm used to seeing them with the tail. Oh, and actually, I forgot to mention it. Some of the sets include these dragon claw pieces. I will definitely be adding these onto the first wave dragon form figures once I can get my hands on enough of them. Hoping they come to Pick-a-Brick, or that there's like an extra of them included. It feels like the kind of piece that would be like an extra piece in a set. So if that's the case, it would make it easier for me. But if not, then again, hoping those pieces come to Pick-a-Brick at some point. I'm sure they will eventually. We've got Kai and Cole's Combiner vehicles. This one's honestly a pretty cool looking set, but probably not one I'm gonna really pick up at all. If anything, this would probably be more so like an impulse buy, like if I see it on shelves and I feel like buying a set, then oh, I might get it. It does include the ice monster, which I do love, so you know, if I wanted another one of those, great way to get it. I honestly really like the Kai buggy. I think it looks really nice. And actually, this is a cheap way to get the this version of Kai, who I actually still don't have yet. And I actually really appreciate that they both include their armor pieces. I know some of the sets have not been wanting to do that. Cough cough, the land bounty. So it's nice they're including this in the $40 set. And yeah, ice monster again, really cool to get. Could always use more of him. But one of the main gimmicks of this set is that you can actually disassemble and combine the parts of the vehicles. You can kind of just like mix and match the front and back. I think Lego City did something similar to this. I don't know if it's the same exact connection system. I would imagine not. But regardless, I could see them releasing more sets like this in the future and then being able to swap and combine even more parts, similar to kind of what they did with the elemental mechs from Dragon's Rising Season 2. But as of right now, I believe these are the only like compatible like vehicles, so there's not really a whole lot of options you can get. And the combos, to be honest, don't really look that great. We've got a tricycle for Cole. It's just doesn't really work. And like a Bry buggy for Kai. It's just I prefer how they look in their base states. See, this I think sells me on the set alone. Again, that Kai buggy actually looks really cool. And then we've got Zilvar and Grimtack the Dragon Beast, and just gonna say 100% getting this one like probably day one. It's a $20 set, so it's pretty inexpensive. Plus it's a villain build, which we don't get a lot of nowadays, so I gotta support it. I gotta financially support the the villain sets in some manner. And I mean, as far as like villain sets go, this one's a pretty cool looking one. It definitely gives me Imperium Hunter Hound vibes, albeit a bit smaller, but I like it. It gives me kind of I believe it was kind of supposed to intended to be like a cross between like a gorilla and I believe a dragon, although maybe more so like an elephant because of the tusks. Figures in this set are really cool. We get Dragon Form Kai, the full version, in like a relatively cheap set, which is really nice. I only have the one that came in the $10 mech set, which is the incomplete version. No armor, no wings, no tail. So nice to be able to get this version in a cheap set. We've got Nia, who's not really the most exciting. She came in the $10 spinner set. And then we've got this new character named Zilvar, I believe, unless that's the beast's name. I don't know. But he's using the Lord Ra's head sculpt, which is really cool to see, especially it's got it in white this time as opposed to the standard black. So I'm really curious to see who this guy actually is. He's using that waist sword holder piece, as well as the Master of the Mountain armor piece, which we haven't seen in Ninjago for quite a while. I'm pretty sure it was kept alive through the Ideas Blacksmith and some other probably Ideas and Creator and other like sort of castle sets. But cool to see that piece is still around. Season 4 has got a lot of stuff going on with villains. We've got Empress Beatrix, we got the Loyalists, we got the Elemental Monsters, and we still have Lord Ra's, and now we've got this guy as well. So genuinely curious who this guy is and what his deal is and how he's gonna fit into the overall story for season 4. And it does look like this set also includes the Dragon Claws as well, which is really cool. 100% getting this set, probably just gonna pick it up with the Twin Titan mechs. And then I believe the last set we have to take a look at here is the smallest set. This is Lloyd's Dragon Mech Battle Pack, retailing for $10. And this is really cool. It's essentially just the Kai Dragon Mech that we got earlier this year, but recolored for Lloyd. So it doesn't really do anything exceptionally like unique. But to be honest, that was like one of my favorite mechs of the like $10 scale that they had done thus far. So I kind of don't mind that they're just kind of essentially doing that again, but for Lloyd. And it does look like we actually get a new cockpit piece. I haven't seen this used before. I believe it might be in some of the other sets this year, but I believe it's new to this wave. I will say I don't especially love the claws on this mech. I think the Kai's mech did it better with those like more posable ones. These ones just use the Mixel teeth, which doesn't really work as well. And similar to the Kai mech, you do get Lloyd in this set, but it's the incomplete version without the armor, wings, or tail, which is a bit unfortunate. We do get the full like non-dragon form version of Jay, which is really cool because we technically haven't gotten the figure in like a set before. Every time this version of Jay was in a set previously, and I think this wave as well, it was without the armor piece. So this is the first set to actually do so, which is pretty cool. And he's even got the dragon claws, which I will absolutely be stealing off of him to give to his dragon form version that I got in the magazine. And then we've also got a loyalist, who's not a new figure, but this is actually a really cool set to be getting them in because it's a $10 set. It just allows you to easily like army build these guys. However, I do kind of wish they maybe included more of this figure because as is, you have to spend $10 just to get like one of these guys, and it's not really a great like army building like battle pack type set. You're getting more of the ninja than you are of the loyalist, which doesn't really make sense. But yeah, no, overall really great sets, great value. Definitely picking this one up. I don't know about day one. This is honestly one I could wait on, and I could just see myself impulse buying at like a Target or something. But I think that pretty much wraps up our look at the new summer 2026 sets. Let me know which ones your guys' favorites are and which ones you plan on picking up day one. And just let me know what you think of all these sets. I'm curious to know because again, I like a lot of these sets. Land Bounty especially, I am really excited for. In the Twin Titan mechs, man, I am, oh yes, dude. Still can't believe we're completing that lineup this year. Let me know what you think of the Duskfall sets as well, because again, just more so confusing to me than anything. Again, I don't even think this one's necessarily bad. It's just, I don't know what it is. Go ahead and check out the Crossroads Discord if you want to meet and collaborate with other Ninjago creators, if that interests any of you at all. Leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. But I think that's pretty much all I have to say. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and keep building.